Hello everybody, it's good to be back. I have been crafting, I just haven't filmed anything. What I am here with you today for is, the other day I was going through Instagram and I came across a post by the Paper Cameo and I fell in love, and she has a new kit, and it's 7 little dresses. That's what the kit's called, from the Paper Cameo. And these are the lovely little dresses, or at least one of the styles of the lovely little dresses that she has in the kit. They measure about 5 inches, I think, once they're complete. Let's just make sure that's right. So, oops. So yes, 5 inches. And these two are actually going to be journal cards. I have backed these two. I've put a couple of little stamped images on the back of that and lightly inked around it with some cardstock on the back of these ones because, like I said, they're going to be journal cards. And I have been putting the other ones together, and this is another style. Isn't it just so sweet? So sweet. And with them you get different laces to put along the bottom. Like, see how there's a little extra lace along the bottom here? And you put those on the bottom. But of course they make beautiful page edges as well. A lovely little lace edge. And let me just show you a couple of the styles. There's also this lovely little one. And I've just cut the bottom with a pair of decorative scissors. This is a scallop pair of scissors. And as you can see, I've just cut below the print with those scissors, and they are printables. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. So the Paper Cameo sells printables for your journals. So they're the same, and that's the same. And then this one here, and this one here. So they're all folded at the moment, ready to go. And I've printed mine on a 170 GSM paper, because I wanted mine quite sturdy. Now, you could do it with just normal copy paper as well, and then put cardstock behind them if you wanted to make them a little bit stronger, because the thicker paper, it does get a bit hard on your fingers, well, especially if you've made so many. So they're the styles that I've done so far, and they're so pretty, aren't they? Plus the one I just showed you, of course, that one there. And I thought I might just show you how to make them. There are 7 styles, but I only printed 5 of the styles out. There's also a yellow one and a green one, but I had no need for that at the moment, so I didn't print it out. And with the kit, you also get your instructions in a printable format. So that's page 1 of the instructions there, and they are very easy to follow. I printed mine out just on copy paper in black and white to save my coloured ink. I don't need my instructions in colour, and that's the second sheet of instructions that you get with it as well. So this is how they come. So I'm working on journals, so I have stuff everywhere at the moment. This is how they come. When I printed it, I made it print to fit. So if your computer has a little option print to fit, that's how I did it. So it makes it just a little bit smaller than what it shows. There's also some lovely little sayings, like it says, "I must have flowers always and always," Claude Monet, that's hidden inside of the little dresses. You can't see them, but they're in there, so it's nice thought to know that they're in there. Okay, and so I'll just show you how they're made, and they're very simple. You just cut around the outside edge of the dress, and you get 2 per page. unfortunately that probably won't work. I scalloped mine afterwards, but that means it doesn't have a little white edge. I'll just take that straight down. And you learn as you go along with these. Like I made a couple of mistakes on mine, but I hopefully will remember them now. So when you get to going along the bottom here, this is where you use your decorative scissors on this little white part here if you want to. You don't have to. It does give a nice little finish to it though. So I'll put this to one side for the time being and continue cutting around the dress. And I have seen the little dresses made. They've been around for years and years. Just a little origami dress. But I just think, you know, they've never really caught my eye a great deal. But when I saw this on Instagram, I just thought they were so sweet. And I think it's because they're decorated. And you can just add the finishing touches to it. They're just lovely. Okay, so we have them both cut out like that. We also get these lovely little pieces here. And what I did with mine was I cut along the bottom with my decorative scissors also. You don't have to add these if you don't want to. You can add 2 rows, you can add 1 row, or you could add real lace if you wanted to, or both. Okay, so just to show you how to do it, you can just cut that in half. One for each of the dresses. Now, you can go ahead now and glue that on like that if you want, or you could sew that on if you wanted to as well. And that's something I forgot to do on mine. See, all mine, I forgot to add my little ruffle before I folded the dresses, so I had to go back and put the ruffles on. Luckily, I hadn't glued the dresses or anything. You know, they're still quite easy to unfold and everything like that. So that's not a problem. But now that I know, you could either put it on the front like that, which looks quite pretty. You can put it behind, so you've got that little scallop showing there. You can glue it on, or you can use your sewing machine and stitch it on. What are we going to do? I think I'll probably just glue mine on because I've got a dark thread at the moment in my sewing machine, the wrong colour. So let's just put a little bit of glue along the edge here, along that top edge. I mean, you don't have to add this at all. You could add a bit of lace or just completely leave it off and have a shorter style dress. That's what I like about them. You know, the options, quite a lot of options. So I'll just pop that under there and decide where I want to have it. Perhaps like that. Is that even? Yep, that's fine. I'll do that. And that's the back. I hope everyone's been keeping well. I have been crafting, like I said, but it's been slow going. You know, when, like, after you recover from something, it's hard to get back in the swing of something. So I never recommend stop doing what you really love to do for very long, because it's really hard to get back into the swing of it. You know, even if you try and do just a little bit every day, it'll keep you on top of things, especially if you enjoy making videos and things. You know, it's so easy to say, oh, well, I won't video that, and I won't video that. And then you get out of the whole routine of making videos, and then it's hard to get back into that routine. There we go. Plus my son was on school break, so he was home. We spent a lot of time going out, so, you know, that didn't help with filming anything. So there we go. Okay, now you could have inked that, but that stands out quite nicely. On these little ones, I inked the scalloped edge just so it stood out a little bit more before I put the other layer on. So we'll do this one because we glued this one first. So it's quite easy, and following your instructions, you just fold this directly in half like that, and I'll just make sure I've got my bone folder here. So, and we turn it, so that's folded in half, and then we turn it face down, and we take either edge, glue off my finger, either edge and fold it to the center nice and close, and then you do the same with this side here. I might need to stand up a little bit so I can make sure I'm getting it right. There we go. And it does help to use something to get those creases nice, especially if you're using thicker paper like I am. So once you've done that, open it back up like that. And now pinch this little crease and bring it to the center. And I'm just going to stand up again. Bring that to that center fold and press that down. Spin it around. Oops, not quite at the top there. There we go. And do the same here. Bring it to touch. Just trying to get it to touch. There we go. That'll be fine. And then like that. Okay, so it's basically like that. So you folded it in half, and then you've done those two folds there. The next thing you do is you will see there's a couple of dotted lines on the pattern, one there and one just at the edge of the sleeve. So fold it on that bottom line like that. Okay, and then you're going to take this line to meet that line. So once again, doing a little pinch and letting that line meet that line there, like so. And it doesn't matter if you see the little dotted line a little bit, because that all gets tucked away when you're finished anyway. I would have liked to have hidden that, but it's okay. We will not see that. Once you've done that, you flip it over And you take these top pieces, that's the top of the dress there, and you fold them in like a triangle shape to the center line, like that. And you do the same on this side, like that. And then open them up and get your finger in there and open that up like that. Okay, so you've opened it up. So that's like that. You fold it down, open it back up, and then open that top part up. You'll get like a little diamond. Now at this stage, you can just put your little bone folder in to get a nice crisp angle there if you need to. You don't always need to, but sometimes you do. Okay. So, and they don't, these ones I found you don't have to meet them exactly in the center there, because this is where we shape our top. Can you see how that doesn't quite line up there? Which is not a great problem, but let's see if we can just push it over. It's because I can't see quite right what I'm doing here. Okay, so there we go, up like that. Now what we do is just fold the collar over wherever you might like it. You do not have to go, like you could just do it like that, but you can do it anywhere. Like you can do some of them quite high, but I quite like the look of them being a little bit lower like that. So we've just folded that down. So that's what that looks like on the back now. So it's almost meeting the top of this. I mean, you could just fold it over and meet the top if you wanted to, but I quite like it just like that. Okay, so that's where we are so far. Now the next thing you're going to do is the skirt. I'm just using the instructions here to make sure I'm showing you how the instructions show you to do it. So we've got our skirt here. We have one pleat in our skirt, but what we're going to do is just hold it, and we're going to lift this part up like that. Hold it there. Kind of run your finger in the middle of this part here, like so. You're like down there. If you run your finger kind of along like that, you will end up getting a nice extra pleat there, which is what we want. Okay, so what we've done is we've gone from having a big plate like that to having a little plate like that. And what that does is it splays the dress out a little bit, and it gives some dimension to the skirt of the dress. And once you've done that, you can do that again on this side. So you kind of hold the top there, run your finger down in the center of the card to try and get a crease going, and then just push it down like that, and then up there like that. Okay, now you can come back when you're happy with that, and you can do that as wide or as close as you want it to be, and just flatten out those new creases. And we can do that on the back, oops, on the back as well. Just to try and keep it as flat as possible, like that and like that. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, and when I first saw this on the instructions, I thought, what? So here we go. Let me see if I can explain it. You go to the back and you're folding this section over. You're kind of folding it over like that, and just a nice tight, well, not tight, doesn't have to be too tight, just a nice little crease. Okay, but once you've done that, you're going to, like, you kind of bring it like that. Do you see what that I've done there? So I've folded it like that, but then, so it's folded like that, that top part, but then you bring this crease kind of down towards that other crease down here, and that enables the skirt to come out like that. Okay, now you can take that just a slight one like that, or you can have it, which is like that. See how that one's only a slight one? Or you can take it further down like that. It depends on the shape of the dress you want. So let's just do that. We'll do that in a moment and see what it looks like. It's nice to try and taper it if you can, like that. And then we can do that to the other side. So we're taking it in, folding it just there along that crease like that, holding the top section and kind of bringing that bottom section to the same place as you did with the other, like that. And then kind of guiding it a little bit like that. So that's what the back looks like. There's the crease, you've brought it down towards this crease. There's the crease and it's brought down towards that crease there. And that's what the front looks like now. And now with the little sleeves, you are going to, how did I do this? Oh, okay, you're going to put your finger there and kind of, how did I do this? It kind of just fold it over so it tapers right up to the top there, like that. Like that. And you can have longer sleeves, wider sleeves of course, or shorter sleeves. So let me just show you on this side. Put your finger there and kind of you're folding it from there and making it go to nothing up at the shoulder here. So you're folding it over like that, and then you have your other little sleeve like that. And there's your little dress. And that's all you do to make them. And trust me, I know that kind of sounds a little bit complicated, but the more you make, they actually go very quickly. I did those ones yesterday, those other ones, and they just went very quickly, but I saved this one for today. Now, if you end up with like a point there, which we don't want in a dress, you can just go back and curve it just a little bit, because I certainly don't want a sharp little corner on the side of the dress. So that's what that looks like. And then you can go back and add glue under all these little flaps and things like that and press it down. And like I said with my journal cards, I just placed it on cardstock, drew around it and cut on the inside of the line. Now, Nicola, who is the lady who designs all these beautiful things, suggested another thing to me, and I thought, wow, what a lovely little idea that is. And she said if you got 2 of the little dresses made, and it's just an idea, and I may try it. Mine aren't decorated up yet though, so I can't really go very far. But she said if you put 2 of them together back to back like that, and glue them like that, you could use them for like Christmas decorations or things, you know, or something like that. Now I've got, because I was curious, where did I put it? brought it down with me. Where's it gone? Because I do have some little coat hangers, but I think they're too small. Oh, here it is here. They're too small. But I do have these ornament hangers here, and I think they will more than likely just slot into there and get glued into there. I think I might be tempted to, if you put them in like that, to glue one in first. You might like to leave the little decorative piece showing. Put some nice glue there, and then put this one on and glue this one on. Like I said, I can't do it right now because I still need to decorate all my little dresses. But you could have a lovely little Christmas decoration in your desired colour. What I would do once, because obviously they're not all going to be exactly the same, once you've glued them together and the glue's nicely dry, I would go and trim them up a little bit, and then I would decorate them like that. Isn't that sweet? We could try that now, actually. I guess we could. You know, I just use the tacky glue on these being paper, and it's holding very nicely. Well, it has on that first one. I've only done those two so far, but I was so excited when I saw these on Instagram. But, oh, aren't they sweet? Because I do like little dresses and things. And I've never tried these before. Let's see. I'd probably glitter these up afterwards. Maybe a little bit of tinsel around the bottom. I still haven't put the bottom on, but I don't have to put the bottom on if I don't want to. Might put a bit of glue under there, seeing as they're going to be stuck together. Okay, so that's one. Put bells on them. Oh goodness, you could do so much, couldn't you? So we'll use this as a little test, shall we? Now, if I get my good strong glue, this is the Helmar 450. I hope I've got a bit left in here. I could put a bit of that around here, just to position the hanger. Like that. Because it looks like a coat hanger, doesn't it? I think so. I do. Like that. And then I will put the tacky glue on. Okay, it's probably more important, oops, hang on, I need to have a bit of this on the top of the hanger there. Okay, so that sticks. They're not heavy, so it's probably more important to try and get your neckline lined up more than the skirt, because you can't really cut around there once you've got that ornament hanger in there. And then, let's see, try and get them as lined up as I can. If you knew you were going to do them, you would be perhaps a bit more precise in your, when you're folding them and things like that. So I will need to just trim this one a little here, like that. And down like that. Like this. Like that. And then, okay, so where the fold is, I probably won't, I wonder if I can pull that over a little bit. Oops, careful. Can just refold that front little bit a bit, and it should be all right. Okay. Wouldn't this be lovely to put inside a card and send as a little gift at Christmas time, or any time, to be honest? All right, I'm just going to trim like that. And like that. I think to sandwich a piece of pretty lace in the bottom would be quite lovely. But you get the idea, don't you? That's a lovely little Christmas ornament. Something to keep in mind, that's for sure. Yes, you could, if I just actually try and unglue that bottom piece there, because tacky glue doesn't dry instantly. If I do that, I may... going on there. There we go. I'll just leave a little gap at the bottom. That way I can come back and I could, I should, yeah, it's because, it's okay. It's a little bit more glue. I don't overdo it. Put a bit more thought into it. Before you make them. There we go. Yeah. That'll just hold it so it dries. But there you go. That would make a lovely little ornament, wouldn't it? With some tinsel, perhaps some fancy lace and some glitter. Yes, very pretty. So I just thought you might be interested to know. Oh, that's the one we just put together then. See, they're not all the same. And do you see, this is the shorter version, this is the longer version. How that looks, it looks much slimmer, but they're actually the same. It's just that one's short and one's long. And if you were to put the other little ruffle along the bottom, it would look different still, and then, you know, bits of lace around and things like that. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed seeing these little dresses, and if you're interested, of course, you can go over to the Paper Cameo and have a little look. I'll put a link in the description box below if you are interested, and hopefully I will have my journals finished. I've only got probably another day's playing with them, and I'll be able to put these into them now, and then I can show you them. So take care, everybody. Bye.